I think we're in an interesting era where, in many ways, innovation is outpacing the value of our education, and people are becoming more aware that there's other options. Like, you don't have to go straight in the timeline that society tells you, which in turn can create a lot of uncertainty, right? Because there still is a lot of value in getting your degree, but there's also so many other options that you could take, and there's no longer one guaranteed path to success. There's a lot more responsibility on the individual to be an active navigator of their environment, take agency over their experience, take agency over their education in order to generate the outcomes that they want. I recently had a video go viral on Shorts about it taking a little bit longer for me to finish my degree, and it was just sort of like a silly video, but I wanted to talk about that because I feel like I had a hard time in school navigating my timeline, navigating what parts of education were right for me and which weren't, and I just want to share my experience. Sorry that I'm in my car. Like, I would do this more professionally, but I'm in the middle of moving and I wanted to kind of get this out faster because it's like relevant right now. I was someone that didn't know if school was right for me or not. I took multiple gap years. I was in and out of school. I took breaks to establish a financial foundation for myself. I experimented across different majors. I took time to travel. I took time to get work experience. And all of those elements make me feel such that, now that I'm graduating, I do have a really well rounded young adult life, and I feel like I have work experience under my belt, a savings that can like make me feel not as stressed about my next step, and I got some of the value out of the education I was looking for at UCLA. But I did experience a lot of difficulty of like, wow, I feel insecure that it's taking me longer. All of my friends have graduated, all of my friends have jobs, now I'm feeling behind in life. But what I've learned on the back end is that it's not really about the steps of school, graduate, college, job, house. It's more about you as an individual aggregating different nodes of experiences, and all of those different experiences allow you to collect data and information about you and how you respond to the world and how you navigate evolving contexts. And that data is what you use to inform your next plan of action, inform your next decisions, help you choose a career, help you choose what life path makes sense for you. And whether you get that information from 4 direct years in college or from different parts of life, traveling, work experience, doing trade skills, you will need that diversified experimentation regardless. So some people can get all the information they need from their college process, and that informs them into their career journey, while other people can get value from like a more diversified experimentation process. Something that was really specific to my experience at UCLA also was that I made my own major. I definitely had difficulty picking a major that worked for me. A lot of times that was informed because I lacked direction and I had a level of aimlessness. But on the other hand, there were also just no studies or programs that were really giving me the actionable skills I was looking for. At least at UCLA, the create your own major process basically looks like you have to kind of do your research, create a proposal about what it is you want to study. You need to get faculty advisors to support your research, and then you submit it to the dean, design the curriculum, go through all the classes, and then at the end of that process, you write your thesis. Because I was able to take active control over my education and really think critically of like, okay, these are the skills I want, these are the outcomes I want to be able to produce, this is what I want to learn, and this is what I need to learn in order to be a better learner. That model gave me the creative freedom to be interdisciplinary and sort of like explore different things while having enough structure to still generate some clarity around what my interest is and what I would like to pursue for my career. Some rapid fire pros: because you get to pick your own coursework, you really get to experiment with things that you actually have interest in and things that are valuable to you. It's more interdisciplinary, so you can be more creative and experimental. Having to write a proposal and thesis forces you to funnel your ideas and learn how to articulate your ideas effectively. I also came out of the program with a product. I have a thesis, I have a portfolio of things that I've developed through that program, so I have something to show for my work. The program requires that you work with faculty that support your work, so I got a lot of one-on-one collaboration with professors that were masters in their field. Okay, cons. It's an unknown. Like, job security, if people will respect my major, all of that's uncertain to me. So there's more responsibility on me as a student to take active control and to actively seek out opportunities and put myself in a position to be successful. Some people get it, some people don't. It's harder to get enrolled in classes because you're not assigned to a specific department. So you have to like actively seek out professors and get PTE numbers to enroll in classes that aren't in the honors department. At least at UCLA, only 5 to 7, sometimes 10 people per year graduate in this program. We lack a lot of the community aspect because everyone's doing different classes. So you're not like going to classes with the same people and really making friends in your major. I didn't meet somebody that did this program until after I graduated. You have to be agentic. You have to put in extra work. You have to be actively ambitious. You have to be intentional about your academics. You have to trust your ability to figure it out regardless, because it's you in your own program. It's just you. Like, you have to show up for yourself. Something that was a little uncertain for me when I was going through it is like, you can do all of the heavy lifting, you can do all the hard work, write the proposal, go through all the classes, and it can still get denied by the dean. You have to submit the program to the dean, so the university has to still approve it, which can be kind of scary because now you did all this work and like, what if I don't get approved? The whole process takes extra awareness and intention about yourself, extra self reflection. You're committing to something that's different, so it requires extra effort. Let's talk about some of the reasons that people don't fuck with it. Job security. It doesn't matter if you're in an established major or you created your own major. Your major does not guarantee job security. Your ability to create value does. Your ability to create value correlates with your ability to navigate problems and find solutions to problems. Education is about learning how to navigate problems so that you can find those solutions, and how you can build that skill, build that muscle of navigating, so that you can be useful in evolving scenarios, regardless of what industry you're in. Your ability to navigate problems and generate solutions correlates with the value that you provide, which correlates to the jobs that you get. I don't know everything. This is just my perspective on things right now as almost post-grad. The create your own major is new. A lot of jobs might not respect it, so you have to actively seek out companies and people that would be open-minded to other solutions and look at it as like a valuable thing. Like, wow, this person went out of their way. They took active control of their education. They must be ambitious and strategic and inspired to do good work. Because when you love the work that you're doing, you do better work. And that's what I noticed in my academic experience too. The minute that I started like feeling really driven about my academic process, I noticed I was putting more effort into it and applying myself more, which then in turn allowed me to get more value out of my education and actually learn from my academics instead of just breezing through it because I felt like that was the right thing to do. Some people will say it's a bullshit degree. If it's a creative degree or you're like being really interdisciplinary, people might say or argue, well, there's too many elements here, maybe you're not good at any of them. Everything in life is you get out what you put in, and you have to apply yourself regardless. Because education kind of moves in a way such that like you're training to do a job. That's not really what it's about, right? Education is about learning how to learn. It's about learning how to navigate evolving contexts. It's learning how to use your past experiences and allow that to help you make strategic decisions that can generate outcomes for companies and for you in your life. The Create Your Own Major program is not for everybody. I think it's a good option for people who, one, have a really niche interest that they already know that they want to pursue, and they already know, hey, these are the actionable skills that I need to get out of my education in order to be successful in that career path. Or two, you're a creative person that still needs more room for experimentation. You need to explore interdisciplinary realms of your university and like really experiment with different models so that you can better inform your creative process. You don't have to marry the college timeline that people sell you. Everyone's on their own path. Take your time, do what works for you, and don't get caught up about like, oh my gosh, I'm going to graduate later in life. No, experiment in a way that makes sense for you. You can go to school, you can drop out, you can take a break, you can go back, you can establish residency, you can defer your admission, you can take a gap year. Very pro gap years. I'm very pro taking your time. I'm very pro pursuing alternative paths. I'm pro establishing a financial foundation for yourself throughout college. I worked my way through college. That set me up to be better prepared now. And let yourself explore, let yourself find work that you love, and allow your education experience to be expansive and whatever that means for you. And that takes time, right? Like, I didn't know that as a freshman. I know that as a senior, as a junior. It wasn't until the end of my journey that I was like, wow, things are starting to click. This is what I want to do. This is what makes me excited. And that's where all the magic happens, right? You have to follow your natural curiosity and trust your ability to figure it out regardless. Trust your ability to see things as opportunities, see the obstacles as opportunities, and to take active control of your education and agency over your experience. Like, my actions dictate my outcomes, and that is what makes me successful. That is what gives value to my education. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If this is useful to you, or you have any questions about the Create Your Own Major program, gap years, pursuing alternative college paths, taking your time, anything related to college, anything related to anything, I guess, just like message me because I'm super passionate about it. I think that everybody should feel supported and free to do what works for them. And I think that, like, especially in public universities, like, the advisory systems are so outdated. There are not support structures for people that have unconventional situations. And yeah, I had an unconventional situation and I wish I had more support throughout that process. I'm new to YouTube, but I'm going to use the account to document my creative process, document the lessons I learned while I'm exploring my business, and yeah, just talk about life stuff. I love the concept of just like building in public and documenting and like sharing my experience. So that's where I'm at with it. Maybe next time I won't be in my car. This is my shitty Corolla. It's falling apart. It's actually falling apart. Okay, bye.